I'm Melissa Witmer, and I'm here with Christian Sandstrom. This weekend we've been talking about all kinds of biomechanical issues related to throwing and to ultimate players. And so one of the topics that has repeatedly come up is the issue of the relationship between the different body parts and kind of pain that we might be feeling. So ultimate players will often have shoulder trouble, especially if you're throwing hammers or you're throwing a lot. Often there will be pain in the shoulder. So what do you want to tell us about how pain in the shoulder might be related to other things going on in the kinetic chain?
It's basically everything is about chain reaction that is happening during an ultimate throw or the change of direction or whatever, and you really need to look for what happens near the ground, with the feet, with the hip, with the knees, and with the trunk, and go from pretty much from down to up. And that's why, because when you experience pain in the shoulder, it's probably, it could be many things, but one of the most common thing is it's just overused, or overused because of it's a lot of motion there. And it is a lot of motion there for a reason, and often that reason comes from one or several steps below that. Like the trunk is, not moving correctly, or the hip is stiff in some planes of direction. So the shoulder must compensate for that, for you to be able to throw, a sidearm over the whole field or whatever, and that is actually gonna eat the shoulder up and cause many problems. So just to rehab the shoulder is really not the way to do it. It might be, solving the issue for now, but in the long term, it's just going to cause you, some more problem to it.
Right. And so, what are some common like compensation patterns or common things that you look at if you're trying to help someone with shoulder pain?
Yeah. Some of the common problem is that you have a really bad loading in the hips. And I'm really thinking about the upside down throw, both the long and short ones. If you have a restriction in the hip, let's say that you have a really hard time extending your hip when you're doing it, which means that the shoulder is going to extend instead. Okay. And it's going to be hypermobile shoulder. Okay, and can you show maybe
our viewers like what this looks like if you're saying the shoulder is going to extend instead?
Yeah, exactly. If you have this leg in an extended position back, right there, I want the throw to, come all the way from the hip, and actually the shoulder is just an elongation of the whole chain reaction.
It is say that again?
Like elongation.
Elongation. Okay,
yeah, elongation. Yeah. So it's basically the end of the towel, so to speak.
Okay, right.
So if you can't, load in the extended position in the hip before, and also in extended position in the thoracic spine before the shoulder is doing it, you're gonna have a problem.
Okay.
And the problem is gonna do all the loading in the sagittal plane, like this is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a typical ultimate overuse injury cause, right. And it would cause, soreness, the rotator cuff muscles, because it's going to be tight, and in the worst case, you have impingement problems within the shoulders as well.
Okay, yeah. Excellent. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.